Before the bridges, before the cable cars climbed the hills, before the skyline of glass and steel reflected the setting sun, there was only land, wild, untouched, and sacred. Long before San Francisco had a name, it was home to the Ohlone people, who lived peacefully along the bay for thousands of years. They fished in its waters, hunted in its valleys, and honored the spirits of the land and sea. The bay was vast, filled with life, surrounded by rolling green hills and fog that drifted in like whispers from the ocean. Then, in 1776, Spanish colonists arrived, led by missionaries seeking to expand their empire and their faith. They established Mission San Francisco de Asís, also known as Mission Dolores, one of the 21 missions stretching across California. Around it, a small settlement grew, nothing more than a cluster of adobe buildings and grazing fields. They called the area Yerba Buena. Life was slow, quiet, and isolated, a distant outpost at the edge of the world. That peace was shattered in 1846 when the United States claimed California during the Mexican-American War. Just 2 years later, everything changed forever. In 1848, gold was discovered in the Sierra Nevada foothills, and the world rushed in. Within months, thousands of people from every continent arrived, desperate for fortune. The sleepy village of Yerba Buena exploded into a booming city almost overnight. By 1849, the California gold rush was in full swing, and the city had a new name, San Francisco. Streets were filled with tents, saloons, gamblers, sailors, and dreamers. Ships from around the world crowded the bay, so many that some were abandoned and turned into floating buildings. The population skyrocketed from a few hundred to tens of thousands. The city became a symbol of opportunity and chaos. Gold built its foundations, but greed, fire, and vice shaped its early soul. Lawlessness ruled the night, and entire blocks were consumed by fires again and again. Yet every time, San Francisco rebuilt, stronger, bolder, and more determined. By the late 1800s, San Francisco was the crown jewel of the West Coast, a city of wealth, culture, and progress. The Transcontinental Railroad linked it to the rest of the country, and its port became a gateway to the Pacific. Victorian houses climbed the hills, cable cars rattled through the streets, and Chinatown, the oldest in North America, blossomed with life, food, and color. But beneath the elegance, danger was waiting. On April 18, 1906, at 5:12 in the morning, the earth roared. A massive earthquake, one of the strongest ever recorded in North America, struck the city. Buildings collapsed, streets split open, and within minutes fires erupted across the city. Water lines broke, and flames consumed everything in their path. For 3 days, San Francisco burned. When the smoke cleared, over 80% of the city was gone. Thousands were dead. Tens of thousands were homeless. The city lay in ruins. But if history has shown anything, it's that San Francisco does not stay down. Within a year, rebuilding had begun. Architects, engineers, and dreamers flocked to the city, determined to make it shine again. By 1915, the Panama Pacific International Exposition celebrated not just global progress, but San Francisco's miraculous rebirth. A city once reduced to ashes stood reborn, grander, more beautiful, more alive than ever. The 20th century brought new waves of change. During World War II, San Francisco became a crucial port for the Pacific Front. Shipyards in nearby Richmond built vessels at lightning speed, and the city's docks buzzed with soldiers and supplies. The war transformed the region. New jobs, new faces, new dreams. When peace came, another revolution began, not industrial, but cultural. In the 1950s and 60s, San Francisco became the heart of a new kind of rebellion. The Beat Generation poets met in North Beach, crafting words that questioned everything. A decade later, Haight-Ashbury became the epicenter of the counterculture movement. Hippies, artists, musicians, and activists filled the streets, preaching peace, love, and freedom. The Summer of Love in 1967 turned San Francisco into a global symbol of idealism and change. Music from Janis Joplin, The Grateful Dead, and Jefferson Airplane echoed through Golden Gate Park. The city was alive with color, rebellion, and hope. But like every city, it faced its shadows. In the 1970s, political tensions, economic struggles, and tragedy tested its spirit. The assassination of Harvey Milk, one of America's first openly gay politicians, sent shockwaves through the nation. But it also ignited a movement. San Francisco became a sanctuary for the LGBTQ+ community, a city that fought fiercely for equality and love. By the 1980s and 90s, a new revolution was brewing, not in the streets, but in the valleys to the south. Silicon Valley, born from the minds of engineers and dreamers, began to reshape the world. The spirit of innovation that had driven gold miners a century before now lived in computers and code. Companies like Apple, Google, and countless startups turned the San Francisco Bay Area into the center of global technology. The city changed again. Its old docks became lofts, its factories turned into tech campuses, and its skyline reached higher with glass towers reflecting the future. But with prosperity came challenges: rising costs, housing crises, and the widening gap between rich and poor. The same hills that once promised gold now reflected the struggle of modern inequality. And yet, San Francisco endures. From earthquakes to fires, from revolutions to reinventions, it remains a city unlike any other, a place of dreamers, thinkers, artists, and rebels. The Golden Gate Bridge, once called impossible to build, now stands as a symbol of defiance and beauty, connecting not just land but time, the past, present, and future of the city itself. Today, San Francisco is a mosaic of cultures and stories, where cable cars climb through fog, where innovation meets tradition, where the ocean whispers against the cliffs of Land's End, and where the sunset paints the sky gold, as if reminding everyone that the spirit of the gold rush still burns within its people. From a Spanish mission to a gold rush boomtown, from ashes to silicon, San Francisco's story is one of rebirth, resilience, and reinvention. It has been destroyed and rebuilt, forgotten and rediscovered, but it has never lost its soul. Because San Francisco was never just a city, it has always been an idea that no matter how many times the ground shakes, no matter how many times it burns, it will rise again, brighter, stronger, and freer than before.